I'm Catherine, you're a Royal Australian, and what I'd want to do today is report on the YouGov poll that has dropped for this quarter. And it tells us a lot about the future of the monarchy, which I've been thinking about. I've been wondering what it's going to look like for Prince William and Catherine in terms of the legacy that is going to be left behind, the legacy of scandal, if at least one of those scandals isn't dealt with before he comes to the throne. But the poll is very telling. You know, at first glance, the king has gone from 60, he's dropped 8 points. He's gone from 61% to 53%. And that's very telling. The Queen is sitting at 37. And that's very telling. It tells us what's happening is that the public are losing trust with the current monarch. But Catherine and William are in the mid-70s. They're right up there in the mid-70s. Like the king, you know, he's not standing on stable ground right now, not with 53%. He dropped back to 59% after his Christmas speech, which was not unexpected because a lot of people protested that, you know, he didn't really cover the Christian aspect of his message. He was trying to pander too much to other faiths and religions rather than his own. And he is the supreme governor of the Church of England. So people have got a right, you know, over 40, I think it's 49% of the British public are still Christian. So if they feel that they're not represented by the head of the church, they're going to be upset. Well, that's what happened in February. Then he went back up to 61%. Now he's down to 53%. What's going on? And Camilla's at 37%, which tells us that the public have never really bought the big PR campaign. They respect her because she's married to the king. She's the queen. People respect her. People recognise things change. The British people are generally very gracious, but this 53%, the king is not on stable ground. William and Catherine, they are consistently carrying the weight of the monarchy. That's what's going on with Catherine and William. The crown may legally belong to Charles, but symbolically it already belongs to the Wales. With that's what it is. Legally, technically, the king is the king, but symbolically it already belongs to the Wales. But what is this about? It's about disconnection. It's about scandal fatigue. Look at what's gone on this week with the release of Andrew Loney's book entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York. And then you've got the same scandal with Harry rolling on. It never goes away. And I think that the public are suffering from scandal fatigue. I think the other thing that the king is facing is his constant need to express himself politically. We all know how he feels, but if he wasn't constantly at those opportunities going on about diversity being our strength, and yeah, he had iftar celebrated in Windsor Castle during Ramadan. This offends the British people, the Indigenous people, 49% of them who are still Christians. That's why these polls are wobbly now. Between him and Camilla, this is not looking good. What I think he needs to do is he needs to relieve his son of at least one scandal. Or if he wants to win back the trust of the public, what he could do is actually go and take both the Yorks and the Sussexes off the royal website. Do it in one fell swoop. You're also dealing with children in the line of succession whose birth has never been verified. So I think there's a solution there if the king wants to bite the bullet and do it. But will he? That's the thing. I don't think it's fair to leave this mess for William. What is he leaving William? What sort of legacy is this? I know that the king doesn't like confrontation, well and good. But this is a warning, a very clear warning from the public that they're not happy. Camilla is tolerated, she's not loved. Charles is respected, he's not followed. William and Catherine, they're the monarchy's last reserve of public trust. Look, I'm just interpreting the polls, okay? Everyone's going to have an opinion. This is dropped when things are quiet, and it's also, there's a scandal running at the moment now with Prince Andrew. So you've got two scandals running. It's just my opinion, but it's my interpretation of the polls. The king is not in dangerous territory yet. He's not, but he has dropped 8 points. And that should be a cause for concern. So I believe that, he could pull that back if he wanted to bite the bullet. We know that he struggles. We understand that in relation to his son Harry. But this is a perfect opportunity to just cut the tree at the roots and cut them both off that royal website, and be seen to be strong, be seen to be addressing the problem, because the monarchy is suffering scandal fatigue. And what does the royal family do? It just puts its head down and it rolls along a little bit like an ostrich with its head in the sand. Never complain, never explain. It's not working anymore. That worked post-war for the Queen Mother and the King George, but then the Queen adopted it because that was not the time to be complaining. When other families had lost their homes, they still had their palaces. But it's worked, but not in the age of social media. People are looking to regain trust. They trusted the monarchy. They trusted it, but there seems to be a social contract that's broken here, and that's what needs to be addressed. And I believe it is wholly unfair to leave this legacy to William, and for him to start off having to address these two rolling scandals. And they are rolling scandals. They just don't go away. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. I'm Catherine White, you're a Royal Australian reporting from the colony down under.